Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you another audio commentary for League of Legends. This time I'm going to be playing as Alistar, and you're going to see the action starts right off the bat. We get a clairvoyance down from Anivia, reveals them. Anivia starts to pull back a little, but I'm like, screw this, jump in there with my pulverize ability, knock them up in the air, end up taking very little damage myself. Anivia is able to follow up with a Flash Frost, and we set the tone immediately from the beginning. Guys, we are going to be harassing the hell out of you. I've been playing a few games with Anivia lately because she's free this week. She's such a great character, but super hard to play. Luckily, my laning partner here has an Anivia skin, so obviously he's not just playing her for free. He likes the character, probably has experience with it. I like it. I think that's a pretty good sign. There's another Clarity goes down, reveals things. She goes in with a Flash Frost. They're pulling back, so I'm going to walk forward here. We're up against a Shen and a Gragas. Shen obviously is a very good hero. A Gragas is actually really good too if he's played well. But they're both tank characters, so I'm not too worried about getting bursted down. So we really are going to be playing this pretty aggressively. They don't have any CC between them, save for a taunt. So I'm not too worried about getting trapped in a compromising situation at low health here. They don't have any range. We do, although Gragas has his barrel toss, which is in a way very equivalent. We've got a first blood as Shaco kills our Tristana. That is not making me very happy. The last thing I want is a fed Shaco. Giving him first blood is definitely very dangerous because he can snowball that in a very freaky way. So it looks like we've got a Tryndamere and a Tristana at the top fighting against a Shaco and a Dr. Mundo. And we've got Katarina in the middle against our Ashe. So yeah, our Ashe is fighting there, Katarina in the middle. Both teams have pretty good compositions. I flash forward, get the knock up here. Should have taken an extra auto attack on Gragas. Nonetheless, Gragas is able to get away, but we are continuing a theme of heavy harassment. What we really want to do here is deny them any opportunity to stay in melee, get lots of last hits. If we can force them outside of XP range, that would be even better. If we can force them to go home early, that's awesome too. I do pick up the mana manipulator first, which means that both of us are going to have a good supply of mana. Anivia is going to be able to Flash Frost a lot and keep up a heavy set of harass. I'm not able to be in there quite as often. I'm mostly staying in the bushes to partially to play a psychological game if they never know where I am. But also so that I can come out at a moment's notice. I can be near the battle, but I'm not going to be targeted by, say, Shen's Dagger Toss too much. Or I guess it's called his Vorpal Blade. Wow, we almost get Gragas there. And I'm able to come out and do my Pulverize or my Headbutt. Now I always go with my Q ability, my Pulverize first. I don't normally go with my Headbutt second, but in this case the harass was so good that I thought it might be possible for us to get a kill if I'm able to get the 1-2 punch of my Pulverize. Another kill up top. Oh, in the middle, Katarina kills Ashe. Okay, this is really poor. All of our carries keep dying, and all of their carries keep getting fed. So normally, so in this case I thought yeah, we might be able to kill if I have my Headbutt ability, but normally I pick up Triumphant Roar as my second ability. I do get 1 rank in all 3 powers by level 3 regardless, because having the mix is just so critical. And what I'm going to do this game, and I think it's what I've done the last couple of games, it's actually worked out pretty well. It's hard to tell because there's not really a control group. Another Flash Frost goes down, but she just used it to harass the minions. It's hard to tell without a proper control, but it seems to work really well lately. I max out... Oh, man. They give Shaco a double kill. Well, not give, I'm sure, but Shaco ends up getting a double kill up there. So he's up 3-0 with first blood. Okay, that Shaco is going to be a freaking beast. There's kind of an engagement here, and if he is forced to go back... Still, I'm feeling pretty good about where we are. Should be able to keep Anivia pretty full, and what I'm about to discover soon is she's actually got teleport, so she's able to go home and come back with no incident. Actually, Anivia's commenting, she loves Mr. Alistar. Yeah, well, between the mana manipulator, the heal, the AoE stun, the knockback, we're in a pretty good position to keep strong pressure. I mean, I'm happy to be laning with a ranged character who's got pretty good harass as well. And what I like about this particular player, Naturalier, is he's very aggressive. Same as me, it works out really well. You don't want to be the only aggressive player on your lane because then you just end up getting yourself killed. Ah, the minions blocked me from getting close enough to Shen to hit him with the Q ability, which is a damn shame. I do like doing that combo. I will charge... Oh, great, now Shaco's on a rampage. I will charge one person with my headbutt move to get me instantly into range to use my pulverize against the second ability. So now, you know, instead of being 2-on-1 or 2-on-2, it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 against the enemy. And I've disabled the only person who was there with a short stun as well. But mostly I use that as a harass move. The charge into one person and then pulverize into the second person is mostly there as a harass, because to get a kill, Katarina gets executed. That's kind of funny. I guess she was chasing Ashe, doing a tower dive. Too bad Ashe didn't get credit for it, though. So usually to get a kill as Alistar, you've got to be able to hit both players, hit the same player with both abilities, which usually means doing a pulverize to stun them, and coming around them from the other side to be able to headbutt them away from their own tower, possibly into your tower or into an ally or something like that. Yeah, Nivea's quite low at this point, despite my ability to keep her up with my Mana Manipulator and my Triumphant Roar. There's a certain limit to both. One thing to be said about the Triumphant Roar, they recently changed it. It's pretty much a nerf. It does heal you for more than it did before, but it heals everyone else around you only half as much instead of the full amount, which is kind of unfortunate. Here's the Q ability, and oh, I don't have enough mana for the headbutt. Damn it. That's too bad. That would have been pretty sweet. We probably would have gotten a kill on Shen right there.
Now I'm angry.
So yeah, I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but what I'm going to be doing this game is maxing out my Triumphant Roar first, my E ability. And it's not something I used to do, but I've done it recently and it's worked out okay. And part of the reason for it is your Q and W abilities. Leveling them up doesn't reduce the cooldown, doesn't increase the stun time, doesn't increase the knockback distance. The only thing it does is add more damage, and obviously that's quite good, but it also increases the mana cost by quite a bit. And as Alistar, you don't have a very deep mana pool. Here I am level 5, I have 350 mana. That's it, that's all. Now I do have mana regen from my item, but it doesn't keep me going forever and ever and ever. And really, the main reason you use your Q and W abilities are for crowd control, for manipulating the battlefield, for moving people around. They don't do a ton of damage as is. Oh man, too bad I'm out of mana here. Now, the E ability, what it does, it doesn't scale exactly. The more ranks you have, the bigger the heal, but the more the mana cost. In fact, the mana cost to heal ratio is exactly the same. You get 30 hit points healed for every 10 mana you spend. So ranking it up doesn't make it any more efficient, but it does make it a lot faster. And it makes it a lot easier to last forever in this laning phase. So I've been leveling it up, and it actually helps a good amount during laning phase. You know, I just thought it was. I used to think it wasn't necessary because you can just cast it more, and perhaps there's no reason to max it out. I used to only go up to 2 ranks, but now I'm thinking that maybe at least 3 ranks to do it. But yeah, part of the reason I'm maxing it out is just to keep the mana cost of my other abilities low, so that I can spam them more often. They'll be up more often. You know, I'll need less mana to use them, so I don't have to worry about going quite so much. So yeah, your mileage will vary. I'm still experimenting with that. Alistar's builds are all going to be fairly similar. There's not a huge difference between which way you go, though. We lose another ally in the middle. Yeah, Ashe dies again to Katarina, so not only was Shaco getting fed earlier, but Katarina's super fed now. We lose our Tristana again, so Mundo's also getting fed to a decent amount. This is getting really, really frustrating. We finally take down Shaco. We end his killing spree, so that's some bonus gold for Tryndamere. Thank God.
Nothing can hold me back.
So yeah, bottom's going really, really well, I feel. We're able to keep these guys back quite a bit. I'm sure we've got a gold advantage. I think we have a slight XP advantage as well. But the rest of the game is going really poorly. So I don't know if there's going to be a lull here. I want to talk about items, but there's such an action-packed